You ever had one of those moments where you catch yourself saying something and think like, "Oh my gosh, I sound so old," or maybe worse, "Hey, I sound like my grandpa." "How much? How much is that? Back in my day, a good cheeseburger was only 10 cents." Well, I had one of those moments this last week. A old friend and I got together for coffee, really good coffee. And we've both been in the SaaS world a long time. And as we strolled down memory lane, one of us said, "I remember when it wasn't even called SaaS." And went on, back when we started, it was ASP. Yeah, yeah, back in our day. And it's like, oh no, here it goes. Back in our day, Salesforce was the only game in town. And storing data in the cloud was ludicrous. Remember that? Remember the prospect that asked us if we stored in the cloud, what happens if it rains? Yeah, that was my 10-cent cheeseburger moment this last week. But we've certainly been at this a while. And as we had this conversation and kind of reflected over the years about all the changes, so many of them through today, one in particular really stood out. And it was another term that just didn't exist at all even a few years ago. And that term has blurred the lines between sales, marketing, and customer service. And I would take it a step further, and not say just blurred, but they've really merged into a singular, powerful entity. And that term is probably one that you're familiar with now, and that is RevOps, revenue operations, sales, marketing, customer service, all under one umbrella. And the more we talked about it and just seeing the market maturity and just RevOps and how things have transformed, the more I saw that aligning the traditionally siloed functions is not a nice to have. It's not a luxury. It's not just a good idea, but it's really become a necessity for streamlined operations and, most importantly, a seamless customer experience. The market has evolved and continues to morph rapidly. Seen more change in the last year. I've seen tech move fast, but never like this last year. And customer expectations are at an all time high. The digital landscape is more integrated than ever in some ways. And in some ways, I think it's more disconnected because there's so many different moving parts that we need to connect. And as tech companies, a lot of times we're just behind. The buying journey is no longer a linear path, but a web of interactions across touch points. We mapped out our customer journey last quarter, and it looked more like a spider web than a straight line. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm not sure, we can't force a linear path. We have to adapt as providers. And the shift calls for a unified approach where sales, marketing, customer service operate in concert, not in isolation. My team and I got together to retool our processes last quarter, and here's our strategy for better alignment of those three. First, it was about cultivating a unified vision and start by fostering a shared understanding and common commitment to goals across sales, marketing, and customer service. In 2024, it is about thinking customer first. And that's really difficult to do. It's easy to say, it is hard to do. That each team should not only understand their role in the customer journey, but also how it interconnects with other functions. Touch points and handoffs matter, and the unified vision helps break down those silos and ensures that everyone is working toward the same end goal, and that is a delighted customer and a thriving business. One example, steps that we've taken to bring those together and make sure that they're the handoffs. That's one of the big things, is making sure that the handoffs are really, really smooth, is having sales as part of a project kickoff meeting, bringing client success into implementation calls in that process. And the key there is making sure that we never hand off the client to a stranger. And that just goes to serve our core values and bringing people together and having different teams collaborating. And that core value is all in together. Second, we want to leverage data and technology. We have a huge opportunity with modern CRM systems to do this. CRM combined with AI and data analytics tools, harnessing data for cohesive operations is key. We've all got it sitting there, and most of us are not using it. I think most companies using maybe 10% of the tool they have, and we're right there in that same boat. But we're committed to doing better. But leaders should invest in technology that provides a holistic view of the customer journey, allowing for more coordinated and personalized customer interactions. The more AI, the more we need truly personalized interactions. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens as AI becomes more of a part of what we do. I think personalized, really personalized interactions, not fake personalization, but real, true personalized interactions will matter more and more and more. But the data driven approach enables better forecasting, targeted marketing campaigns, and a more responsive customer service because we're all seeing the same thing in the same way. We're all in the loop. And third, we really focus to foster cross functional collaboration, break down those silos. And first, we do that by just encouraging regular communication and collaboration between sales, marketing, and customer service teams. And I get it. The bigger the company gets, the harder that becomes. And it's become exponentially harder over the years to do that. It could be through joint meetings, shared dashboards, collaborative projects. One thing that we did is created pods or teams. So someone from marketing, someone from sales, someone from implementation, someone from client success. And so they're on a team together and then add some friendly competition between those teams. So, you've got those cross-functional departments and people working together. I think that's really interesting. But when teams understand each other's challenges and their perspective, they work together much more effectively, creating a more cohesive customer journey and improving overall efficiency. And ultimately, it is about that customer journey. My big aha moment in this whole thing was that RevOps is not just a department, it's a mindset where alignment, collaboration, and customer centricity are at the core of operations. It's about moving away from siloed departmental success metrics to unified customer focused goals. So let's embrace this shift and lead our teams toward a more integrated, efficient, and customer centric future. You think about RevOps as a department or a function, or do you view it as a mindset? Let me know in the comments.